Ah, that was a game that we were both afterwards. We were like, yes, this was a great game.
Yeah, like yes,
Because
yes,
we
yes,
could,
yes. It was a top 9 match.
Yeah,
Even though they lost, it was.
Yeah, it was really close, like 16, 14 or something probably. Right, yeah, so, well, it's going to be interesting to see how Wrath is going to fit into the whole picture, the puzzle.
Yeah, like one thing I'd look to Ghost to be good at least, obviously because they have these constantly changing rosters and 10-man rosters, is they have like very good individual players, and that's why we look at players like Connor and players like Wardell. I mean, even Bean, who's always carrying that team. But when you put it up against another, I don't want to call Optic like a pug team, but at the moment, as you said, you know, they're very new, and individually, this is kind of what we look for Optic. So it's like, oh yeah, Ghost are good individually, but they're also matching up against, you know, some of the best European players, or have been the best European players at a point in their career.
Yeah, and it's a very timid Magis boy at the moment on Banana. And I do wonder, actually, I'm not sure if it's, you know, our connection to the server, but I was surprised not to see him take at least a shot there when he saw those players.
He didn't want to go too wide. Dies anyway, of course.
Yeah, so you're going to die anyway, so just go for it. Wow. Wardell's getting in there. Finally gets shut down. And now it's up to HS. This is not an encouraging sound when you hear footsteps everywhere. Like you turn around, they're literally onto your left, your right. And it's up to Freiberg to try to once again save the day. And he's been doing this. On Nuke, he was full of crazy clutches, frankly. Not this time. The king of the banana is going to be, so far, ineffectual.
You reckon Ghosts win this map? Honestly, I mean, look at the last map, and you'd see Optic should have been far and away the better team. They should have been far away the better team, but it seemed like Ghost almost could win that map. So
yeah,
maybe they will look a lot better here on Inferno. This is in my opinion, this has got to be their best map, if not, or one of their best maps, if not their best map.
The R8's back in at least. Not so, well, I mean, he's playing a good angle for it, but it's not quite Nuke, because we said last map, right, it's okay in Garage, okay playing outside, but I don't know, I really don't like the gun.
It's just ugly.
Yeah.
It's an eyesore. Aesthetically, it needs to go.
Sorry to James Bardolph.
Is he an R8 user?
No, the name of Wardell's gun.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Actually, I think I love James Bardolph, but that also works.
Because it was,
because the S2 is a heart.
Because you remember what happened.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Wardell purchased an AK, and then it had a really, really inappropriate name tag. Let's just leave it there. And I don't think Wardell realized whatsoever. And this is, so we like James called him out on it on Twitter. He was like, "Dude, you know, you need to sort that out." And he's like, "Oh my god, I totally didn't realize." So that's what he changed the name to.
Yeah, we've seen it happen before. I think it just like won it from a gambling site or something.
Yeah.
Well, stat gone wrong for Optic at least. Everyone on the wrong side of the map and still hesitant to rotate off the two players stuck in apartments. It's a long route, but they're not even going to look to do it. Ghost have a free round essentially, and we've seen their bonus rounds be a little bit dicey on Nuke, or their bonus round on the T side, but it's going to be a while before Optic get guns in their hands. Should be the clean 3-0 before that at the very least, because they're not putting any armor into this one as well. So Optic really going for the save here surprises me in the sense that they could just go for exits, because they can reinvest in these pistols anyway next round, and it won't actually affect their money at all. They can still buy up the utility.
I like it though. I like the fact that they just save it. I think it's nice. Commit the T's into a deep setup, or sorry, running into a deep setup if they do want to go for those exit calls. And bring these guns into the next round. Lovely jubbly.
A really random talking point, but I just remembered it because it was Inferno where I always see it. Have you guys seen LDLC's new weird buy that they've been doing a lot online?
The half buy.
The half buy
on
6K
on a full buy round.
Yeah, yeah. DK, have you seen that? No.
I have not seen that.
So basically, what LDLC do is they only do it on T side. They always do it on Inferno, because we kind of saw Mouse Sports do a similar thing, but not quite. So when they get like max money is in 5,000 or 6,000, you know, enough to fully buy, get orbs, everything. Yep. They'll invest in UMP, armor, nades. So they'll spend everyone will spend half their money when they have the money for a full buy, and they'll just play a really fast round with UMPs and utility.
That's awesome.
And if they win, great. You know, you upgrade to rifle. This is against rifles, obviously. This isn't like on anti-eco. You upgrade to rifles, and then you know you win and save lots of money long term. If you lose, it's fine. You don't have to go for that straight up eco, because you know when you're early and the loss bonus hasn't built up, you're always trading eco buy until you eventually win. And so if they lose, it's fine, because they can just reinvest in rifles next round and they get a second opportunity. Like, what do you think? You've seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it, but in the match that they did, it was versus Mousesports on Nuke at Denver, and they just got shit stomped.
Really?
Yeah, it was 16-2.
I've never seen it work. I went I saw them do it. Like, I did a whole week of Pro League. Oh wait, what?
Oh,
What's
what?
happened?
Yeah. So Optic have been getting a lot of mileage out of this R8. Okay, we can talk about it in a moment as Rafa tries to get the clutch going. The bomb was in a precarious position. He's going to be able to collect it, sure, but the Optic players are holding a really nice perimeter around, just covering all the potential options that he has. There's nowhere that Rath can actually go without being spotted by an Optic player. At this point, there it is. Shorter peak confirms his position. He's still around the arch, but they don't have to do much. It's really time that is the problem. And beautiful position there from Magic Boy. And so originally what happened was Alu dropped his R8 to give it to HS, who had the best spawn for middle. And so HS went and did a peek onto pit and got a tag, and obviously that tags do 85 damage or something in that region. So that's how it started. And then it was just sort of just good setups and good shoulder peeking from Optic there. Really nice to see, because then also HS gave the R8 back to Alu. So it's quite cool to see that usage of it. It was very useful in this round.
I was going to actually reference, because that last anti-eco went so well, that when they played versus Cloud9, their anti-ecos looked so decisive and were very clean, usually. But, of course, they're not infallible. So a lot of chip damage has been dealt already to Ghost. Most players are less half or less even. It's not going to matter too much for Wardell, but Optic, I think the big problem is Optic have back control and 4 people there.
Quick update though.
That's pretty insane. I actually manages to get massive value there. It's pretty interesting to commentate with when the kill tracker is sort of very far behind. But Wardell's in the clutch now, and it doesn't look too good for him. Well, that's a very good Molotov there. I wonder if he can see the trajectory of the grenade, but he'll back into Freiburg, and that will be all she wrote for Wardell. So two Optic back in the monies.
And that's 2 team aces in a row as well for Optic. You know, just a fun fact. Very rare.
Spread that money. Spread the cash. Spread the joy. Spread the love. Spread the guns.
Talking of money, no money now for Ghost. They're just on the full eco almost, just a couple of CZs, 1 armored player. No utility, which on a map like Inferno is very difficult to get anything done on a T-side round when you don't have a single flash or a single smoke, or even if you can't go for those quick V executes when you don't have a molly or a nade to force out a player playing aggressively on car, an AWP for example, or even just a rifle player where you can just, without armor get mowed down by an AK spray.
I agree, man. You're much better off sacrificing someone's pistol, or just even a downgraded version to get a Molotov, which is $400, or a flash or a smoke, or maybe both, or all 3, if you're feeling froggy.
Feeling froggy.
That's
such a weird... I think we went through this before with James.
What's funny about that is because you're across the pond.
Oh, man. Oh, you.
That's something else.
Well, one thing we haven't really mentioned so far is the fact that, and normally it's always mentioned with Alu, is that he has this crazy affinity for this map, and right now Optic have a lot of money, or they have money and the ability to generate more, so that's more orbs in the hands of him. Which though, Wardell brandishing his own is going to be able to find a cheeky frag, but he has to still recollect that bomb, and he's got 30 seconds to make his way over there and get onto a plant. And with this time remaining, he's going to be making some noise.
Yeah, no one's watching the bomb though, but that allows a player in second mid to actually wrap up. So I feel like Wardell's going to spend half this time now left is trying to make sure he can get that bomb, make sure there's no one around, no one's wrapped long, and then he'll go for an open plant. Okay, no, I'm wrong. Either way, anyway. He's getting flanked for a map, so he's probably not going to expect that position. And yeah, Magis Boy just comes in quick behind. So, like, while Magis gives up the bomb there and playing second mid, it kind of almost guarantees the fact that he's going to catch Wardell off guard, because who's going to be watching apartments when you know you've got, you know, a B rotator, maybe even someone flanking mid and coming up, you know, after playing aggro banana earlier on in the round because they had no presence there. But either way, bomb down for Ghost, only an eco. They did damage as well, so it could be worse.
Not sure what happened there, but but nice. Anyway, we have ECS out for Ghost, and a handful of grenades here. Perhaps not enough, but at least it's something. Wardell on the Mac 10 as well, and taking a fairly fast pace up second mid here. But Wardell has smokes. I wonder if he'll go for the wallbang on the door to his left. That would definitely get some value. Connor with a cheeky one over towards Banana, and that's going to be really annoying. Magisk is definitely having a hard time today. I feel like Magisk is definitely is really struggling to find his feet on this team.
Really?
I think so. Like, at least in the games I've seen of him, I feel like he's playing quite passively. I'm not seeing sort of any level of explosiveness, and he seems individually to be somewhat sort of tamed.
That is interesting. He should be thoroughly dominating North America, like EPL.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like he should be dominating.
Yeah. Like,
HS, just do it like HS. There you go. 3 kills, easy does it.
I wonder why that is, because he's actually coming from a team that had far more structure with MSL's leadership. So if you come to a team that has less, it's so much easier to actually have the kind of impact that he did. And that was kind of a close round. It came down to one player. And at least Ghosts know that with that and this plant, I think they might have some money left over that they'll be tempted to buy for sure.
It is a possibility that maybe I have just only seen some like poorer games of him lately, and that's actually he's fine. But
oh, excuse me, that was a save. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, they just have tons of money now.
That's 2 ecos in a row that they're getting, you know, bomb plant and 3 kills at the very least. So I'm surprised Optic actually have as much money as they do, because they lost 3 players and they lost 4 players. You know, you would think that would take a big beating to the buy, but they've still got the complete full buy here, Orp, and even a couple of players left with 2 or 3 days, so it's not even that bad for Optic.
wow, really tempting fate there. HS. And B will burn. He goes for the full commitment to the challenge, and Optic are having none of that.
That's the smoke. That's what I'm saying. Throw the nades, throw the mollies, leave the smoke upon a banana, and let them roast.
Yes.
Close the grill.
Close the grill.
Like that.
But in the meantime, Optic have pre-rotated, and now they've got to double back because there's only 1 player left in the pit, and HS is tagged on that AWP shot earlier on. Second rotation coming in towards long, and that just leaves Freiburg on B.
But he just did a really nice info play. Like I think he got the info that at least there was 1. Then he saw the other nade. I think he knows now there is 2 if he's counting the grenades. So that's pretty useful to know at this point in the round, because you can see now they're actually rotating a man back towards B. And in the 4v4, that's going to be quite helpful to be able to cheat the player, the additional player to the right bomb site. But the bomb still has not moved. It's still at the bottom of the pit. So Ghost, I mean, if Roth gets something here, okay, now they're getting the bomb, and they're going for A.
Time though.
Yep, it's tight. Well, they have to commit to A. They've also got to run this player through halls. He's made some noise. They're on being full alert. That is a good Molotov, though. That'll help them encroach on the site.
Haven't seen HS. Oh, that could have been dodgy. He will be spotted though. Wardell's alone. Bomb's just in the pit. That's a round over. Even if HS goes down, there's no time for Wardell to plant. So another round for Optic. Again, Ghost keeping the money low, at least doing damage, or you'd like to think so. They're forcing rebuys, but Optic just have all this cash saved from the start of the game that it's kind of running over.
That's great work by HS, man. He played that position really smart, and I really like how he handled everything here. Obviously, he's very fortunate in how his teammate was able to kill the man on balcony. I like that his teammate he could prioritize 2 targets, and that was the target that was most important to kill, because that's the target obviously dropping into pit to take down HS. So that really keeps HS alive and allows him to do his job. So really cool stuff there from the team play perspective from Optic. And also just, you know, HS has been performing great as the anchor in that pin position. Like if you're going to have one guy perform, like have it be your guy on pins, the last line of defense. I like this from Ghost. They're going to bust through the deep smoke.
I mean, it looks great because he got away with it, but in reality, there's a player ready to kill that guy.
Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess it might be something they need to do considering they're starting to lose rounds. But I feel like Connor is very, very lucky there.
Con.
Con
93.
Is that the? I felt like he's not one for cute nicknames.
That's what he was tagged up as that for a while.
Oh.
Con 93.
I stand corrected.
Yeah. Magis, there he goes. Great 2K. He spots the bomb. That is everything that they need to know. And they are set up. Optic are in a great position now.
Surprised not to see Alo get aggressive on the banana in the meantime, because Ghost is so committed here. They're making so much noise. There's 20 seconds left, but Alo still sits at the back of B. Like, a lot of faith in the other players. But it means that if Ghost do get the entries here, Alu has such a late rotation. Maybe he just straight up saves her if both players go down.
Well, if you don't have bracket, you don't have top banana. Like, it's in the T's favor to hold the rotates. You can stack if you want to, but if you have man advantage, you should always play. You should always leave someone there in case until you see the bomb. The worst thing that would happen is they would have to retake 3v2. And that's still a better situation. That's not a bad situation, but if you know that you're always going to have a man advantage no matter what, then the only way you earn yourself the early rotation is if you have the information. They didn't have that.
Again, another round where Ghost has been very successful in these ecos. His pistol rounds have been always bringing it down to 2 or 1 players surviving. And this round's no exception. Again, the gun picked up, the bomb taken to the site, they can easily get that planting. Optic aren't going to be able to stop it. So Ghost seeming to be extremely consistent with these like pistol rounds where they throw in just armor, CZ, and even sometimes not armor. I'd be surprised if they get too much more done out of this, but yeah, still a nice eco.
Yeah, absolutely. Just as you said, it's actually kind of nuts how much value they're getting out of these. Although at some point you do want to convert it into the round win, but they have not been able to do that so far. But they are swimming in money like a cartoon duck. Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck.
You also got a $15 million house in LA. Swimming in money in the virtual world as well as the real one.
Nice.
But yeah, because they've gotten plant after plant over and over again. But it is very true. Eventually, at a certain point, you don't convert. You're going to start to lose hope. What a peak from Wardell. To humble Alu.
I think Mix was thinking about trying to get that AWP, but then now that he has players challenging him, he's sort of like, all right, I'm going to give up on this. I've got to fall back and try to take fights as I do. And that's not going to work out for HS either. So it looks like Ghost will finally get their round. It's very likely at the very least. I mean, we got Magisk and Freiburg trying to go for the clutch here. Magisk gets some action. Maybe, just maybe, he's done enough here for Freiburg to come in and perhaps save the day.
Heck yeah. That was a quality grenade, too, right over the box.
No kit, though. Gotta go fast. There's only actually one player to fight him. Connor's still stuck in middle, so he's actually rapping. Actually just sitting on short, the bomb's still open, so it's not the end of the world. That'll be enough. Bit slow for Freiburg anyway, even if he found that kill, there's no time to stick the bomb, especially not with that second player in middle.
Optic are looking weak in spots. It seems like they have been consistently weak to fast plays, and Ghost are doing a good job of pressing their advantage when they get it, which I think at the end of the day isn't that often. But even in this situation, Magis gets 2 very unlikely kills, so who knows how dominant that round would have been if not for that play.
And finally, we have all these successful ecos from Ghost coming back to haunt Optic. They win 1 buy round, and boom, Optic's money's out the window. They're down to a mix of max 7 and AWP and a pistol. This is just showing how much damage Ghost have actually been doing and keeping their economy fairly strong, even though they haven't been picking up rounds just with all these bomb plants.
Might work out for them though. The Max 7 doing some good work in the apartments. And he's going to go back for some more here. Mixwell's not done just yet. He's going to get maximum value. And an AK is definitely going to be maximum value there. The upgrade is significant. And he's done some good damage to Seb as well as detecting the presence. But I mean, he would have spotted 2 players there and nothing more. So that does also tell him what the likely setup is for the T side. And pistol doing work as well. So life is good for Optic. They're on for the win if things keep going this way in this round. But Connor incredibly low on health.
I actually like Seb staying on the stairs fighting the entire time. After they lost a man and he was low, they needed to hold on to some kind of map control. And he's still out there, and they actually, he's the one who pushed them out of halls. So now they can at least control rotations a little bit, make this a 2v2 no matter what site they go to. And Connor clears it deep enough. Oh, just barely misses it.
And they set up the trades very beautifully there with Mixwell. Bomb is down, it was spotted, but Mixwell falls back onto the site to make use of the fact that the time is running out here for Seb on 4 points of health. And in comes the reinforcements. And that's Alu there to sink the last nail into the coffin.
And reset.
It's a heavy nail.
Yeah. You know, actually, with that idiom, right? Sometimes it's a bit of a pet peeve sometimes because some people say that's the nail in the coffin. Instead of the last nail.
The last nail.
The entire point is that it's the last nail.
I do that, so there we go. You've
okay, there we go.
Solved a big issue.
Hold on, what is the thing that people mess up?
They just say that's the nail in the coffin. But it's,
really?
it's the last nail, which is sort of like what it's supposed to be, used for. Like that's the straw that broke the camel's back. That's the end. So,
I actually know nobody
I'm the
that's
alpha.
messed
I'm the alpha and the omega at the beginning and the end. I just wanted to say that. I don't know why.
Well, you've just bailed me out, so I appreciate that. Because now that I think, I don't ever say final nail in the coffin.
Really?
That being said, I don't use that saying often. But
Yeah.
I'll make sure in the future when I do, which is every now and then, like I'll make sure to do
I
that.
swear if I ever heard you mess that up, Hugo, that'd be the final nail in the coffin.
Or just the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that would just be the nail in the coffin.
Oh, that would have been comedically way more funny.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You really messed that one up.
Damn it.
Jesus.
Is that the nail in the coffin?
Haha.
Korean 12, by the way. 13 in May.
Well, this was a much better defense from Optic if you consider that they have struggled against these CZs, and we're going to see more CZs, but if it goes like the last round, Optic have nothing to worry about. I think Alu's been sort of itching to get a bit more aggressive in some of these rounds. We did see it one time where he sort of ran into Wardell, but normally he's very consistently good at getting those aggressions. Oh no! Oh. Everyone's getting wrecked. It's a little murder hole.
I'm surprised they lived in between those mollies with 3 people.
And then they ate everything.
Jeez.
The survivors. But not for much longer, I don't think. They are fancying their chances on the B-bomb side. Mixwell will take the fights, not be too successful, but there's reinforcements, so... I mean... Guys, no, they know... Optic know what's up. Oh dear. Yeah. There's a horse making noises. Did you hear that?
Yeah. That's map ambient sound. You have weird stuff.
But why
like
is it making that noise?
It's a great question.
It sounds like a startled noise. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like it's startled.
Well, you remember on Old Inferno where you could hear the dog barking when you came out of the halls?
Yeah, I hated that.
Oh,
was
so
that
annoying.
client side? Did they change it to client
I
side
can't
at one point?
remember if it was only
Or was
you
it
could hear
server
it,
side?
or if that was...
Because I always thought that everyone could hear it because I could hear it.
Yeah, I don't
And-
think it's
but-
Oh
client
wait, it was client side?
I think it was.
Because it triggers when you go there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
And so
don't.
I always thought that was a massive mistake anyway.
No, exactly. That's the
it's
thing.
client.
I can't remember.
Because I think that it may
Not
have been
client
switched
server,
to-
but global and
Yes,
whatever,
yes.
global noise.
Yes.
versus-
My
So,
question is, if Valve go through the effort of coding something that's that client side like that, why is my question? Why would you want the dog barking? What does it add? You know?
Why do we have chickens?
adds feeling.
Great question.
Adds feeling.
That's an ace.
Oh, what?
Well, we missed most of it.
That
We're
was
having
a sick ace.
Yeah, my favorite.
having a lot of connection issues, it would appear. Obviously not affecting the players. The game is fine, but obviously we on our end. So it looks like a lot of packet losses. We're struck with all the packet losses. Look all these packets we're losing, man. We're losing all the
I just
packets.
pictured someone walking into McDonald's, taking all the salt packets, walking out and dropping them all over the place.
Oh, wow.
That'd be a great example of how great
Visualization, yeah.
of how Ghost are playing right now.
Yeah, Optic having a hell of a day.
Yeah, their coffin is full of nails right now.
Their confidence is full of nails.
Not the final nail. That's soon to come.
Oh man, you missed that one joke, and now you just keep coming back. You just can't help yourself.
He's never going to give it up.
Or let you down.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
We did Fresh Prince earlier. That was good.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Just barely. I forgot a word, so I didn't want to mess it up. But
Yeah. Oh man, this is
whoa.
this is definitely an issue. Oh my dear. Oh my dear. Oh my god.
Ghost,
dear, oh my
Ghost doing well on a round they don't have AKs. That's a rarity.
Yep. That's kind of nice. Well, there it is. Stuff's happening, guys. 11-4. It's a score. Hopefully this cleans up. Hopefully we exit the turbulence. Maybe, you know, we're flying over some mountains right now.
And yeah, and then Ghost go out there and break the leg.
Oh my god, you and your idioms. Idioms are awesome, actually. I have to learn new ones.
Me too.
Because there's loads of really cool
We should
idioms.
cross-pollinate.
And they don't make
because
sense.
you guys
We should
have-
cross-pollinate, yeah.
But I don't know which ones you know that
Ah,
I
that's-
don't. And
you reminded me. I want to make a video about cross-pollination.
With idioms or with something else?
or with bees.
With
'Cause I feel like
It's-
with
it's
Dan
video-
it could be either.
it's video game related. It's
Okay.
about improving a video
Strategy.
games.
Okay. Oh, no.
Well, so we have Ghost here having to very hurriedly try to retake this bomb site. But the problem is you got Ali just in a great position in live. He's just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Mixwell entertaining. The entertainer in the apartments.
Boy.
And now Ali's been spotted. Mixwell's back at it again with a huge round. And that'll be 12-4 there. A much needed round for Ghost going in the hands of Optic. And again, that's great for them just due to the fact that they need this. They need the W here. They have to beat Ghost. If they want to have, that will then position them, I think, third. I think they'll be, will they be third or fourth? They'll be in the top 4 if they win this this map as well. So important games here for Ghost and Optic. Cross pollination.
Could you at least give us like the synopsis?
No. I've thought about it before actually, but it's a word that people don't normally use, and that's the word that triggers me into that entire thing. So thank you for using the word. We've seen so many CZ buys from Ghost, so many. To be honest, on the T side, they had a lot of success, but they could never quite close down the clutches, which was the problem.
Great example of this as well. 4v2 with the CZs, now to 2v2. Everything going for them, and then aggro Banana spotted by Connor. And Optic, they're just going to try and hunt this kill so they can push back up to B, because they know he's aggressive there, so they know the last player's going to be on A, but that's going to change things.
Easy is quite unreliable at that distance. I think it really falls off about halfway down mid now after the nerf to the accuracy.
I like this though, because I think Connor actually thought it was A at one point, because they actually, instead of, after killing the A player, instead of just running up to the bomb site, they wrapped back down Banana because they saw him go second mid through spawn. So he actually ran through A, potentially just to get a gun, but also because I think he actually thought they'd gone back up mid to go to A. Not that it matters at the end of the day, Optic still close it out convincingly in the 2v4, but still, another eco for Ghost.
And that means Mac 10's for Optic, and Mixwell is looking to add to his tally. He's got 21 kills. He's been decidedly going ham, which is great. Ham sandwiches for all. Oh, Magis boy, come on, man. Come on.
That still happens at the very, very top level.
Don't be that guy.
Everyone does that.
I do it because my G303 has light clicks. I appreciate having light clicks, but sometimes
Yeah.
my finger gets heavy,
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
From hammering in all those nails.
And all those coffins.
On all the coffins. Oh, B and Seb doing the damage here. 3 kills out the CZ, and then once again the madness begins. It feels like Optic have had to deal with this situation so many times now. Like, so many times.
Yeah, this is like Crocodile Dundee, how he just goes to new cities and runs into the same problems.
Yeah. It's exactly like Crocodile Dundee.
Optic Gaming in a nutshell. Internet. With the same problems.
Good positions here. Look at the push to smoke. What on earth was that, Connor? You absolute beast. I don't think that was that even a shot. Didn't even have clear line of sight to that. I don't know.
He was crouching in the right corner of the smoke, so I feel like he probably had a gap.
Must have, yeah.
Right, because that's a weird shot.
It would be insane otherwise. Truly insane.
But it was a wallbang, so I imagine he just sees a rifle poking out and just hits the corner of the box or something.
And another round where Ghost get really, really close, but can't take it over the line. That's actually the insane thing. This scoreline makes it look really, really dominant. But honestly, for me, I feel like Optic are struggling all the time to get these rounds.
Just the simple fact that Ghost got so many plants in the first half just shows you how at danger they were.
I actually saw a frag from that spam, and then like almost 80 damage to another guy recently, which is nuts.
Londons and I were talking yesterday about how when you have a CT up on balcony, right, holding on top of the little railing, just defending the entrance to apartments, why does no one ever wallbang that from just down the hallway,
Yeah.
like late round? I've never ever in my entire life seen someone wallbang that, but if you do it, if you actually do it in the game, you can do like 50 damage and force them to drop off, which just gives you like more presence up towards apartments and then you take balcony easy. Because if you think of all the executes people do over towards A, where they throw the smoke on the cart, etc., and the balcony, and they jump out, that position on top of the railing is just so good. It's so strong.
Yeah.
And you never see anyone even try and force a player off, ever.
Ooh.
Wow. Crack peak.
It's the pixel, man. The pixels. It's all about the pixels. Freiberg, has he done it? If he goes
no.
B, he's done it. Oh, he has. What a beast, Freiberg. He's just a clutch machine at the moment. Now, he's made the right choice for a bomb site. The thing now is whether or not he can close this clutch. And with things just generally never going Ghost's way, I kind of feel like he's going to do it. Oh, London, that coffin needs your attention, man. Immediately.
Oh wow. Not worried about the CT rotate just yet.
But at least that push early from Seb allows the Ghost to retake it together, or at least try to. I mean, Freiberg's hunting a kill, but they're coming in at the same time instead of one player dying on the side, making 2 1v1s. But yeah, as you say, good kill from Freiberg. Now the 1v1 fakes the wrap, and Seb's just going to walk straight onto the site. No kit. Freiberg can just play with his food, really. Although...
Oh, smoke might be getting
Freiberg.
Dan calls it.
So sick. What another amazing clutch from Freiberg. Another clutch where he was against so many players. Like I think, I mean, he got 4 kills in that round. On Nuke, we saw him do something similar, like 2 or 3 times. I mean, he made all the right calls. Like pushing for the frag. Like as you say, you know, the CTs are trying to coordinate. You have to find 1v1s. He found the 1v1. He's very crisp on his shots. I love watching this Freiberg. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. That is a very fast entrance to the B-bomb site. On match point as well, no less. And that's also some good action from Alu, just standing in middle.
Ooh.
Looking to ace.
No.
Ace. Boom.
Oh.
Looks a bit like Wardell's a bit checked out, mentally checked out right there at the end.
Second ace there? I mean,
Yeah.
Maxwell got an ace.
Ace,